Hi, this is District Chief Gary Fleischer, and I'm here with,
Captain Evan Jones.
we're here to make a small video for you today to help you prepare to do a practical session for an emergency button and Mayday drill. Recently, Safety Chief Brian McGurl, has asked Captain Jones to supervise the delivery of this program this year. So, Captain Jones, is there any difference in the Mayday emergency button drills that we're gonna do this year versus the ones we've done in the past?
Yes, this year we're going to simulate a Mayday in an IDLH atmosphere, IDLH conditions. We'll have the firefighter blacked out, we'll have the firefighters in full gear, and we'll simulate it through the radio through the safety captain's eye.
Okay, so we didn't have them blacked out last time, and they were reading the script this time.
Correct. This year, we're going without a script, and we'll just have them give a Mayday report on their own.
Just like if they were in a fire, they would have to know what to say.
That's correct.
Okay, so, well, what constitutes a Mayday for us as a fire department? Why would we call for Mayday?
Mayday would be called in an IDLH atmosphere if you can't self-rescue. If you're compromised, if you're caught, if you're trapped, you would declare Mayday. If you're lost, if you can't escape from an IDLH.
So if I get disoriented, how long should I try and find my way out before I call for a Mayday?
As soon as you discover that you're disoriented, you can't find your way out, we want you to call the Mayday. We want you to get resources moving quickly so we can get you the best possible chance.
Yeah, so any time I waste trying to find my own way out is time that I'm taking away from the guys that could be coming
Absolutely.
to find me.
Absolutely.
Okay. So Cap, this drill is gonna be just limited to using the emergency button and calling for a Mayday?
That's correct. We wanted to focus on the emergency button activation and the Mayday broadcast. We can follow up in the future with further trainings on RIT, on the incident commander's responsibility, on communications responsibility, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so we have a really great resource that's available to all of us out there. It's projectmayday.com. The people that run Project Mayday, they take and send out questionnaires to any department that they've heard of that has a Mayday, whether it's a near miss, an injury, or a death. And with all the information they get back on these questionnaires, they take down a lot of statistics. And if you go to that website, it's pretty eye-opening to see what time of day, how many people were on the crew, were they engines or ladders. It really, really details it down. There's a couple of points that I took out of it that I wanted to mention today. So the majority of Maydays happen within 20 to 35 minutes of the arrival time of the company on scene. So what does that mean to you?
That can coincide with the firefighters exhausting their first bottle, not either coming out of the IDLH atmosphere when their alarms are going off, or just getting overextended and losing out on the time.
So being overextended, we're talking about not doing good quality air management,
That's
right?
correct.
Maybe not realizing you're in trouble and need to call a Mayday until your low up air bell goes off.
Absolutely. We've got to
Okay.
practice better air management all around.
And the other thing I thought was really interesting is that 70% of all Maydays happen when there's an incomplete or no 360 done. So what that tells me is that it's why it's really important, guys, that before we enter a structure that's on fire, is that a complete 360 is done with whenever possible.
Yes, before we commit resources to the building, we should make every effort to complete a 360.
We see this in NIOSH report after NIOSH report with people, going in the door and through the floor.
Yes.
Or having, getting into a situation where they maybe have a basement fire, don't realize it, and they find themselves in the floor.
And they could find, better information upon completion of that 360 and maybe change the game plan.
Prevent the Mayday.
Correct.
So Cap, do you want to walk us through the Mayday emergency radio sequence?
Sure. Firefighter will press the emergency button on his portable, 3 seconds. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. This is Safety 4, Captain Jones. I've fallen through a hole into the basement. On the Charlie side wall, I need a ladder to help me gain egress.
So, Cap, I noticed at the end of that radio sequence, you told the command that you needed a ladder to get out.
Yes. If you are trapped and you find you need special equipment, anything other than just being located or just being found, communicate those needs to command so the crews coming to assist you can bring whatever necessary equipment is needed.
So if I'm running low on air, I should tell command, I'm running low on air, I may need the red pad.
That's correct.
Okay. So one last thing, Cap, is I see that your microphone is flashing there. You're still in emergency at this point.
That's correct.
Does fire alarm reset these radios? How do we reset and shut these alarms off?
We reset the radios ourselves. Sequence is the same as activating the radio, pushing and holding the emergency alert button for 3 seconds. The radio's reset, we can contact fire alarm, they'll reset on their end.
And
We
when,
reset.
and when do we do that reset?
We do that once the Mayday is resolved, once the firefighter is all set, once we have control of this.
All right, great. So we've got a few videos that are gonna follow. The first video is a firefighter close-up of calling a Mayday with his radio in the on position, so we're actually gonna get the emergency button tones. The second video we have for you is the same firefighter calling a Mayday, but we're gonna film it at a distance so you can listen to what it would sound like on your radio when you hear it. And then the third video we have is just a quick demonstration on how you can train to do an emergency button drill in the station on your own. Now, we don't want to actually hit that emergency button
Correct.
without you guys being there.
Yes, yep.
So what it will do is if you do it on a normal channel or even on the special channel, it sets off alarms in the radio system. And without this being pre-planned, it can cause problems. So you can do the training, all you have to do is shut your radio off first. And then you can go through the motions of setting your emergency button off, keying your mic and giving your Mayday radio sequence.
Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Ladder 301, firefighter Scavone, second floor, AB corner. I've been separated from my crew and can't find my way out. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Ladder 301, firefighter Scavone, second floor, AB corner. I've been separated from my crew and can't find my way out. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Ladder 301, firefighter Scavone, second floor, AB corner. I've been separated from my crew and unable to find my way out.
So, in closing, I'd like to thank guys here at South Division that helped us out filming the Mayday. I'd like to thank Dave Murphy, who's doing the video editing for us today. And stay safe out there.
Stay safe.